Happy Sunday, beautiful team. It is September 15th. I can't believe it's September 15th already. I will stop my music. If I can figure out how to. There we go. And welcome to today's hangout. So just a quick intro because Raven and Andrea are brand new this week. Our Sunday hangouts are very informal because we have formal calls. So on Mondays, we have the National Wake Up Call every Monday. Did you see who it is?
Danae!
It's Danae.
Mandy's girlfriend.
Oh. Yeah. So I'm super excited about that one. So that's tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And to find the recordings, you can either subscribe to the recording on iTunes podcast, or there's a Facebook page called TBB Coach 411. And in that Facebook page, all of the National Wake Up Calls are there as well. So you can always catch it because I often can't do it live. So I'll always watch the recording later. Okay, and that's where you can get the recording. So that happens on Mondays. On Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have an Empower Squad team call. And on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we have a Team Uproar and team call. And those are really like formal. So what we'd like to do on Sundays is just informal. Bring your questions. It doesn't matter if you are 3 years into the business or 2 minutes into the business. All questions are fair game because I guarantee you it will like spark something in someone who's been around, right? So it's all good. What were you gonna add?
No, I was just gonna say Team Uproar, it's Angie. It's like our second upline. And on Wednesdays, Christina, our upline. She signed us up.
Yeah.
Our mama.
So I don't have, other than that, this week isn't like, we don't have a coach info session this week. We have one the following week coming up. I did ask for videos, so this isn't necessarily for those on the team except for Margot, are on the call right now.
Smile, Margot.
I want the videos by September 20th, and I only have one from Sarah so far for our new coach info session because we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear from new coaches to veteran coaches because whether you have been in this for a hot minute or whether you've been in it for a year or whether you've been like us for 5 years, almost 5 years, it's changed and impacted your life in some way. Whether or not that's like, I get to wake up and I feel energized every day because I know I have this kick-ass community that if I need help, they're gonna be there for me. Whether it's you've had a physical transformation, whether it's, right, like there's all sorts of reasons why this has impacted. And what I'm finding in our coach info sessions is we're not hearing enough from like our team. Mm-hmm. And huge shout out to our team because did you guys see the, I'm gonna pull it up here. In the Success Club thing from last week. So did you see this?
It's our team all over.
Did you see this? In the Empower Squad group? Because on here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 names, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 12 are us, right? Like our team. So our team is on fire, right? So we're doing amazing. Oh my gosh, Ashley, I love your hair.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
it looks so good. Because I saw your picture and I'm like, how come your picture's dark?
Yeah.
So good. You feel like a whole new woman?
I know.
It's the week of hair. I got my hair done too. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. It looks so good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So how many names out of 12?
There were 7 out of 12 names.
That's amazing.
For our team. So that's why we want to hear from you guys because everyone, this has impacted their lives in some way. Another huge shout out because Alyssa and Brittany just ran a free eating challenge last week and you guys rocked it. Every night I would go to bed and I would say to Clarissa, I totally didn't have time to check in again. I just ran out of time in my day, but it was amazing. So I don't know, like I would say for sure as like a participant and watching from the outside, that I felt like it gave you guys some confidence. It felt like it gave you guys just ways of
communicating. She's amazing video already.
Your video, I was like, oh God, this
She's
girl's
a
like
pro.
a veteran.
She's a pro.
So, so I definitely recommend giving those a try. And then what you do from now is like just crazy follow-ups, right? How was it? Ask for feedback.
Let's continue on this journey.
Right? Like I always ask people, what would have that would have helped you on this journey with this week, like those sorts of things, because then they don't feel like we're being pushy at all. We're just asking for information, right? So it's such a great way to grow and to like gain confidence. Would you say that?
Yeah. I think, I mean, the way I wanted to do it was that, you know, I'm kind of nervous about talking to, not strangers, but like being confident in what I'm trying to do. Because I am by myself, but to go out there and talk to a complete stranger, someone's always got to have their 2 cents that makes you feel like crap. So I figured, let me mess up with my family first and see how it makes me feel. And they didn't think I messed up at all. And I'm overboard, like I'm over perfectionist. So like, I want everything perfect before I do something, and that's just not going to happen. So after this, I've decided that I'm going to go in. Yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys later. I sent you a little message, but you know, I'm getting ready to go in and start this for reals. Definitely before October. So
awesome.
yeah, get my fear aside of all of that and just say, hey.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm not going to get anywhere just sitting here.
Yeah. So we're just going to mute a couple people just because we're getting some feedback. So if you want to talk and I can't hear you, then that's why. So what was I going to say on that note about, so if you're running, so everyone is muted right now except for us, so you know. If you're running a group,
I'm back.
Or running an event or running anything like that, and all of us have the fear of judgment and the fear of putting ourselves out there and the fear of like wronging someone in some way, right? Like, but when you come from such a great place in your heart of like, I want to help someone feel good, that's when that message comes through stronger than the like, do you want to join my challenge group kind of thing. Clarissa and I had this awesome experience last week where we had a lady actually reach out to us that she just said like she's had other coaches reach out to her and they were so pushy and so like salesy, and she said she never feels that with us, and she's been watching us now for like probably what, like 6 months, over 6 months. And so for me and for Clarissa, like that was such a huge like, yay, we're doing it right, because we don't want to come across that way. It's not about the sale, it's not about the challenge pack, it's about helping someone feel good from the inside. And it's so interesting how we'll like buy makeup from Mary Kay or buy essential oils from doTERRA to help us on the inside, but to commit to a fitness program, it for some people is like this mind-blowing like mind-blowing thing. So when it comes from that place of like, I'm feeling great, I'm going to help you feel great, then you don't have to worry about that judgment. If someone is judging, it's their issue, not yours.
And the best way to invite, especially like warm market, like your friends and family, is like, I'm doing this amazing program, fitness program and nutrition. Would you like to do it with me and so we can keep each other accountable? I think that's the best way to invite.
Yeah.
Because then they don't feel like, oh, I have to say yes. Like you're gonna continue doing. It's like, do you wanna join to do it with me so we keep each other accountable? I think that's the best way to invite. Warm market. Yeah. Cold market's a completely different story, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, exactly. So does anyone have anything they want us to go over? You'd have to unmute yourself. Any questions?
I just don't have any family at all, really. And I just moved to a new state, so I don't have any friends either. So.
But you have friends where you used to live, right?
I have people that I went to high school with. I didn't really talk to any of them. I had like some roommates, but they're actually already part of it with somebody else.
Oh, really?
So I can't invite them to my group.
Yeah. But what you can do, okay, so here's some food for thought. We all have like my family, my brother's still not on board, and I've been coaching for almost 5 years. So
yeah,
don't worry about it. Some of my friends are just coming around now. Like it takes time, and I don't put all my eggs into that basket. right? We've really worked hard on growing, like connecting and inviting and the constant messages and reaching out to people and that sort of thing. But when you're talking to your friends who are coaches, like, don't be afraid to share things with them, right? Think of this as a business. Like, we work, Margot's the perfect example. So Margot wasn't even on our team. Margot was on a different team.
We imported her.
And she quit and waited 6 months to sign up for us. But when she wasn't on our team, we sent her trainings.
Yeah,
I ran groups with Maxine when Maxine wasn't on my team. Work together with people, because what it does is it creates this positive energy
and community.
You're never feeling like you're in competition with someone. The whole idea behind what we do is to empower women, empower other people. It doesn't matter if they're on our team.
Okay. I feel like I'm just straight up cold market though. Yeah. Like I have no warm market.
But then maybe that's going to be easier. So for you, I would recommend doing like Kate Schultz, right? Schultes.
What is that?
Kate Schultz, the coach.
Sorry, I don't know what she's talking about.
Yes, you do. Kate, the one who was the teacher in California who...
Oh, that was on NSC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, follow her. She talks about how she did her cold market messaging. And it was like, she would just take a piece of paper. She would fold it in half. She numbered it 1 through 23, 1 through 24 to whatever it is, 46, however many lines there is in a white piece of paper. And she would literally go and message on Instagram 40, 60.
Is that the one with the pink hair?
No, that's what's
Kira?
She did the same. She did a really good video too.
She does the rap girl, the rap boss, where she talks about like how she puts on music and she does the invites. But similar kind of idea between the two of them. So what I'll do is underneath, when I post the recording to this, I'll actually write their names down so that you guys have their names so you can go and look at. I would recommend not necessarily following them on social media, but going to their YouTube and getting some of their trainings, because I know Kate Schultz and the other, whatever her name is, it will come to me. The gangster rap girl, that's what she called it, the gangster rap. And she would literally put on some like badass music and she would cold market message, taking one piece of lined paper, 2 columns, that many people in a day. Then the following day, she wouldn't message anyone back that had replied to her. She would do it 2 days later, because what she would say is, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've just been swamped getting all of these people ready for my new boot camp. Right? So but then even if she isn't getting ready for her new boot camp, her confidence level is so high that everyone's like, I want a piece of what she has. Right? So it's developing these systems and just getting past, like, don't worry about it. If someone unfollows you, they weren't meant to be in your life. Right?
And use Instagram, use the stories, because whoever is watching, they say it became part of your warm market. So you have the right to message them.
And just so you know, at Raven, it happens to all of us. So Clarissa and I ran an info session in August. We had this girl who was going to sign up. I have her share card. It's still sitting in the share card. And she blocked us on Facebook. She blocked us on Instagram and won't reply to any of our emails. So we didn't do anything. That was her way. It's not like I wasn't chasing her for her registration, but that was her way of whatever she's going through. She's not ready to jump in. So instead of just saying, hey guys, I'm not ready. And the thing,
she used a more aggressive approach.
Yeah. Right. So it happens. It just happens. And it will happen from time to time. So those people, like, I have to be like, okay, well, yeah, it sucks. I spent all this time on her.
Bless
and release. And I'm going to go on to someone who's actually ready to talk to me about this. Right. And she just wasn't. So I bet you in the future she'll come back, or she'll like secretly start watching us somehow and then be like, oh, they're not really that lunatic, and they're not just trying to sell me something, and they're not just, but it just is what it is. And it has nothing to do with how we did it. So I will put their names in the recording after.
Oh, and by the way, we need to listen to personal development, especially when we're in the beginning. You are a badass. Like, brainwash yourself. You are fucking badass. Because I remember once I read that book, I listened, because I don't like reading, I fall asleep. It absolutely changed my life. Right? My boost of confidence and everything. Yeah. So remember, you are a badass.
And the thing with, Yes, exactly. The thing with like personal development is the reason behind it is our brains are hardwired to, and I could talk to you guys about
To
this
be
forever.
negative.
No,
70% of our thoughts
it's not
are
hardwired
negative.
to be negative. They're hardwired to protect us.
Oh, protecting that.
And
yeah.
change is scary. So change means don't change, because so then all of these things will show up, all of these fears, all of these doubts, all of these like money issues, all of these, because our brains are actually like looking for a way out of change. They don't want to change because. So that's why personal development helps so much with the like just staying focused on your goals, just staying focused on what you are manifesting, just staying focused on how you want to operate this business. Because then when those moments come up, you can be like, okay, no, stop. Right? So like, for example, we just had a coach cancel. She sent everything back. You know, we lost the points, we lost the commission, we lost the volume. It is what it is. When she sent me the message, in that moment, I was like gutted, right? Because I'd spent a lot of time with her. I'd spent, you know, we built this relationship. And I didn't feel like she even gave it a chance.
And she had this amazing potential.
Yeah.
She owns a gym.
Yeah, she did.
So she has the warm market right there.
Right there. But in that moment, what I had to do was I had to unread her message, like just mark it unread. And then I had to go and I had to work on my mindset before I replied to her, because I want her to leave on a good note. I want her to leave knowing that she was loved and respected and cared for, so that if she changes her mind, or if she comes across someone that's like, I need a home workout program, I'm going to be traveling or whatever it is, she can say, hey, I have these two people that I would totally recommend. Right? So I had to work on me before I could reply, because otherwise what I sent her would have been the negative, like, oh shit, well, that sucks. You didn't really even try. You know, it would have been easy to do that, but it's not going to bring anything to my life. And then it's going to distance her. So that's why personal development is so key, is those moments of like, this morning, my frickin' spending an hour and a half on my stupid computer, getting it to like the Gmail to work, you know, because I have to use my old one because my new one, the battery was recalled. So those moments, like, you have to go back to your personal development, like, okay, I've got this. Otherwise, the whole day turns into a shit show. So.
And in our beginning, it was not easy. We hustled a lot.
Yeah.
So, but then, going in the same path that you're talking about, that's easier just to say to cancel, because it's like hard to be thinking about what you're saying. Our brains say that the easy way out, the change is hard. So the easy way out is just like, oh, cancel, it's the easy way out. But I was like, I think maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was watching some top coaches stories, and they're saying that they were like on a call with Angie, our second upline. And the training was about what your life is going to be look like in 10 years. You're going to be on a sucky job, or you're going to just pull through and you're going to have the life of your dreams. And I was
either
like,
way, you're going to be working for a couple years.
You go there and like you hate what you see. Sorry.
What?
I was saying, either way, you're going to be working for a couple of years to come. It might as well lead to a job you're going to like.
Yeah, you're working for yourself.
Yeah.
And so she said that like the fear of being in that such job made them get the strength to just pull it through. And I was like, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's very, very powerful. So you are building a business for yourself. Christina talked about this week, that she was a preschool teacher, and she talks about like how her life was, and she works a lot now, but now she has the freedom to be with her daughter, to be with her family, to be with her dogs. And before, she was just like there, like those 7 hours with those kids, and that's it. And making that paycheck to paycheck now. And now she's like,
yeah. And it's that too. I think it's, you can compare it even to someone who has like established a solid fitness base in their life, right? Not everyone wants to work out every single day.
I don't.
It doesn't
I don't like fitness.
But the after feeling is what we're going for. We know we're going to feel better all day. We know we're going to eat better all day. We know we're going to, right? So in that sense, like that one's a shorter term gain, right? But when you're thinking about a business that you're building over 5-6 years, it's sometimes hard to think of that 5-6 years. But when I look at my life and who I was 5 years ago, holy shit, am I ever grateful that I said yes, right? Because I know where I would be. I would be miserable, feeling like I had the life sucked out of me every single day. I probably wouldn't be taking care of myself in the same sense that I am now, like all of those things. And so that after feeling is what we're building and chasing down the road, right? So
for me, just to be free to go on a vacation and be able to just enjoy food and not be like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get fat. That was my mind playing the whole freaking time, my whole life, until I found Beachbody. So this is like absolutely priceless, absolutely priceless. Yeah. And then yesterday I woke up and I like got a big notification on the back office saying, you are a team leader, congratulations. I was like, oh, I made it. Yeah. And then we went to see her qualification in Canada. We both started top 10 in Canada this year, but from top 99, 10, top 100. And she just went down from 99 to 43 yesterday. So yesterday was like a big day of celebrations. They were like very, very emotional. Like, oh, whatever we're doing is working.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like we started the year on my account, it was like 1,000, right? I was
over 1,000, like 1,100.
I was ranked like 1,200 in the company
out of 400,000 coaches.
And yesterday we looked, and I'm 480.
No, so, last week I told her you are 549 in the company, and then yesterday we're in the movie theater with Max, another coach of ours. So I went to show her how to see the ranking in the back office, and then as I logged in her account, I was like, OMG, you're 480!
Yeah, she's like screaming in the movie theater.
So I just got excited.
Yeah. And it's that we're working for, and it hasn't been fast. It's been, we'll be 5 years in January, but I love the grind. I love what this does. I love connecting with you. I love our team. I love our clients. Like, it's the best. So anyway, we have been talking a lot, and if someone has questions. Then Ashley may have questions, and she only has like 3 more minutes that she can finish up.
I actually do.
Okay.
Since I work all the time, I'm wondering how often should I really talk about that? Like in my stories, like I do from time to time to show like, hey, I can fit this in my daily life, working, a 9 to 5, but I don't know how much I should showcase that as my life. I get, you know what I mean? Like, because
I think you want to be as honest and authentic as possible, right?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about it, you want people to know that you're not feeling fulfilled,
right?
Looking for something more, and so you have this side hustle that you're working on, and you're building this business, and that you fit it into the pockets. And I would talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Right? Because you want people to know that it's not like you're making a choice. You could choose to go home and Netflix and chill, but you're choosing to watch trainings and connect with people and build this because you want something in life that's
right.
fulfillment. So I think that's something that you should talk about almost all the time. It's just
okay.
Yeah, I have this job and it's providing for me, and it's not like you hate your job, but it's just not bringing you that fulfillment that you want.
Right.
Does that help?
Yeah, no, it does.
Okay.
And then also when I'm trying to find new people, I don't necessarily, think I need to go and follow them, I guess, like on Instagram, or unless I see, I'm just wondering the process of it. If I see them and I see like, oh, I'm just kind of looking through their page and I just kind of see what they're about. I'm like, oh my God, I think they'd be really good. That's happened a few times, and I'm still having conversations with people. But then there are times where I wonder, like how often I should really be, a day really doing that, until like my brain gets exhausted, because I want it so bad. Like, yeah. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yeah. So yeah, for sure. It's like maybe just, so when you go and you find these people that you think would be good, you don't follow them?
Well, no, there's some that I do follow, okay. And I follow, like, I kind of follow up with like them, like in my way of like, okay, they're posting, they're doing great, and I have these conversations, and like, I'm still doing that. But like, I'm wondering if if I start seeing something, where it's like, oh, they're not really what I thought, they would probably be good for, like, it's just something like,
I think
fun, as opposed to like,
Yeah.
oh, I think this would be a great opportunity for them, you know, and then I'm like, oh crap, now I have to, you know, go back and like just kind of start over.
So
I don't know.
One of the early trainings that I watched was, I don't even know if this guy is around anymore. I can't even think of his name. And Trey, maybe?
That don't play God.
Yeah, don't play God. Because you don't know what that person is thinking. You don't know why that person is having a conversation with you. And our good friend Natalie, I did my life coaching with her, and she gave the perfect example of this. So when you see someone that is standing like this, right? Generally, we think they're closed, right? Because this is a very closed movement. You know, you don't really want to talk. She says, why am I going to choose to think that? Because they could just be cold, right? So choose to believe that someone is having a conversation with you because they actually want to know what you're up to. And then what that does is that shifts your entire energy in that conversation. This person is talking to me because they actually want to know a little bit about me and what I'm doing, and they feel like I'm a genuine person who cares. So let's get them in there. And you don't know if maybe they will be an amazing coach, right?
Right.
So and even the energy that you put like on your answers, how you're talking is different, because it feels like you're already judging. And I'm so bad at that. She catches me all the time, like, you have to stop. Stop.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But like, at least I'm really open when she talks, and I was like, okay. Sometimes she says, if it was just by me because I'm so impulsive, we would have no business.
Right.
Because you have to like, you honestly have to look at each person and be like, okay, they're having a conversation with me for a reason. So
yeah,
what is that reason? And that reason,
kind of find out what that vibe is.
Used to believe that it's a good reason.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Even like, I have quite a few people who have conversations with me that have other home businesses, right? They have other, whether it's like, you know, I have my rodent and fields rep who is constantly messaging me, and I have my new skin rep that's constantly messaging me. And
one lady that I met on the ship,
she
sells,
so of course everyone is messaging, like they're messaging us because there's potential for their business as well, and that's okay. That's not like it's a bad thing. We can still have a really good conversation, and they don't have fitness in their life, so maybe they can. And when I need candles, I know who I'm going to go to, and when I need oils, I know who I'm going to go to. So it's like, even the Herbalife people, Herbalife doesn't have fitness. They still have to pay for a gym membership. You know, so I will talk to people. So just keep open that you're
she
bringing
taught me that a lot, because it's like, why I'm going to talk to the lady of Herbalife? Just talk to her. Keep asking, how was Herbalife?
How's Herbalife going?
How was your summer? So the other day I was talking to her. Yeah. It's like, oh, you guys are so jealous. You just came back from Asia. Blah, blah, blah. So anyways. Yeah.
So choose to believe that they will be a good fit for your team until they block or unfollow you.
Right.
Right? Let's choose to believe the things that are going to serve us.
And it's not everyone that's going to be like a business builder. We're going to have lots of hobby coaches in your team. You're going to have lots of discount coaches, but they make like this beautiful community that we have.
And I also, when I come across pages like that, I'm going to say, put it out there to that person. Give them a chance to join the info session and just be.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And that's what I've done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Just say like, hey, I love your page. I love your energy.
Yep.
I'm going to find you from a hashtag. I think you would be an amazing coach on my team. Would you be open to checking out an info session? There's nothing salesy or pitchy about that. That comes from such a like genuine place.
Exactly.
Like, I love your energy. You're kick ass.
Right.
They may say no, and then you follow up with them later on something. Like, put them on your follow up list, and a month from now you see one of their posts and you're like, oh, your whatever is so cute. How are you? It's been a while since we chatted. And then, you know, build the conversation that way. But definitely put it out there to ask them.
Yeah. And that's what I've done. And like, I've done actually a couple times where I've kind of like left like a voice memo so they can just hear the genuine tone of my voice. Like, hey, like I'm the genuine human being who thinks you'd really rock at this, you know? So they feel more connected and, you know, just more there and like reassured, like, hey, this is okay. This sounds interesting. Not just something you're you're sending me to just
Goodbye.
hey, look at.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
And the voice memos come with time, and the videos.
Yeah.
I've even done videos where like I record myself in a short 15-second video and I send it to them. And I'm not like it would be like this. I would show up after a workout with my hair all messy and be like, girl, I was just scrolling your feed and I love your page. I love your energy. I think you'd be an amazing coach on my team. Would you be open to checking out an info? I've done videos like that where I sent to that.
Another thing, Ashley, you have an amazing transformation. So people see you are proof of the product, right? So to see that already is like, oh my goodness, what did you do? How did you get those abs?
Right. I suppose.
I'm still working on mine. But I feel after my surgery in March, after the fibroids are gone, like my body is responding to my workouts. Now I can feel like every time I work out, I was like, oh my goodness, now it's really working.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean that's kind of what I'm trying to work on, is just making people feel comfortable and approachable and not that it's anything to be scared of, I guess.
Yeah, because they're not signing on a dotted line yet, right? Like
right.
It's not $1 million fitness program.
And the other thing too, I always let people know is that they have the option to start as a
client
and switch to coach for no extra money. Like they pay the sign up fee, but then they get the money back with that. So
and lately we got so many that like they're scared with the coaching thing. It feels like so much pressure to start with.
Yeah.
So they start as a customer, so they have the results. They love the program and the nutrition, and then they say, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. And that's the other thing I would say for Raven and Andrea being brand new. When you're having conversations with people and you don't know the answer to the question, that's where you lean on your team, right? That's when you're like, hey, I'm talking to this lady who really struggles with emotional eating. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we know exactly where to lead you. Or I have this person who really wants to like bulk up and put on muscle, right? So those sorts of things. Or you have someone that even like doubts Shakeology, because there's so many products out there that people are just skeptical of everything, right? And I know like Margot has a great story where one of her coaches was going through chemo and couldn't drink Shakeology because it was too good for her. So and it would have made her cells too healthy. So like that, when you hear stuff like that, when you have those stories, I have my own personal Shakeology story that's pretty powerful. So it's those things that you lean on us for, because you're not going to know everything in the beginning. Just start having those conversations, building that momentum in the train, and worry about the question, knowing everything, because we still don't know everything and we're almost.
Or like I'm talking to a mom, she's pregnant, can she drink Shakeology? Like there are so many moms, so they just can jump into your answer, your question, and just give you, oh, I drank like throughout my pregnancy, or even breastfeeding.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, awesome. Thank you for answering my questions. I got to get back to the grind. So.
Okay. Oh, can we do one quick picture? Because I know Alyssa had to go. So one quick picture before you take off. Okay. And then I still have 4 minutes and 43 seconds. So we'll chat soon. Okay, Ashley?
She's gone.
I think she's gone. So Raven and Andrea and Margot, if you have anything you want in the next 4 minutes. I know, Margot, we're going to see you soon, so maybe you're holding.
Just like a weird personal maybe question I have is how long, I know you guys have been in it for about 5 years now, but how long did it take for you to actually like become sustainable to where you could say goodbye to your old job with working really hard?
I would say 6 months, right? Clarissa, like she replaced her income in about 6 months.
Okay.
So,
for me was.
But yeah, it really depends on you.
I'm still like
reached out because
random people.
I'm gonna share my story. I was going through a nasty divorce, so I was not talking to anyone. I was not in a good place. I didn't want to see anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. But anyways, I knew I couldn't go back to daycare and like be in the mental health. I was not in the mental health to work with kids anymore. I knew that I couldn't. So I said, okay, this is going to be my out. So I started messaging all my friends from here. I don't have school friends because I came to Canada already. I was 26. So people that like from the gym or from Zumba or from my school that I went to school here. So I started like sharing, like I know I disappeared. I'm going through like a divorce. So it's kind of like good to share that and like tell why I disappeared. And like now I'm doing this is helping me so much to go, would you like to work out with me? I have people that said, oh my God, I need this so much. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember like June, that was 6 months in, we hit Success Club 40. Because then by then I had my transformation. And once I posted my transformation on Facebook, like I had this 20 people that signed up that day. And we got brunch with Andrea and Angie. We were like top in the team uproar. Yeah, it was really, really cool. But I was not scared. I was like, okay, this is my way out. I need to make this happen. And that was my mentality. It's not that, I have this other job to lean on. I didn't have it.
Okay, 2 minutes left. So I also want to, no, it's okay. I also want to say, watch the trainings of the 2 girls I'm going to send you today. Do personal development because it's going to remove that fear element. If you want to go hard and go fast in this business, you totally can. Okay. Are you more on Instagram or more on Facebook?
I'm definitely more on Instagram. I have a Facebook, but I haven't posted on it in like 3 years until I started this. And so a lot of people are like, oh my God, where have you been?
You're alive.
Well, so you have all of that potential on Facebook, but also stay on Instagram. It's going to bring you more business than Facebook will. Keep posting on Facebook so people see you consistent, and then we'll teach you how to like create events and all those sorts of things. If this cuts out, it says less than a minute.
Okay.
We love you.
We love you, and thank you for being on today, and thank you, Andrea, for joining us. So just but the biggest thing is get out of your head about sending the messages. Just do it.
I've been sending a crazy amount of messages to really random people that I'm making sure they live like either in like some of the areas that you're allowed to buy the coaching package. Like there's some people that are in Russia that
we had those.
Yeah, we've had those too. So yeah, so just keep up with that, and it will happen. It will start converting for you. Okay, so we'll set up a chat with you and hopefully with Andrea sometime this week, so we can meet you guys and chat one-on-one, and just some more strategy in terms of like getting people into like an info session or getting people to have more of a conversation. Okay?
Yeah, because we have lots of tools.
Yeah. Sound good? So I think this is going to say goodbye any second. So have an awesome day, everybody. Thank you for being on with us. If you have questions, please reach out. You know we are here for you. Much love. Okay?
Bye.
$153. Hashtag create.